Selamat datang di channel Atmaja Viral. Jangan lupa like, komen, dan subscribe agar kalian tidak ketinggalan video-video terbaru dari channel ini. Dan seperti biasa, saya akan berdoa agar kalian diberikan kesehatan dan kesuksesan. Amin. Welcome back, guys. Kita akan kembali lagi mengamati perkembangan dari The Beautiful Song Putri Ariani. Nah, kali ini ada reaktor sekaligus sekaligus guru vokal dari luar negeri. Cantik sekali yang mereaksi video Putri Ariani saat tampil di Agate kemarin, dan wow, amazing. Putri Ariani berhasil membuat jutaan orang syok, kaget, menangis, merinding, dan ya intinya luar biasa penampilan Putri Ariani di Agate kemarin. Dan ya intinya kita dukung, kita support terus, guys. Oke, dan tanpa terlalu banyak cerita di depan, link video originalnya ada di deskripsi paling bawah. Yuk kita menonton videonya, let's go, guys. Wow.
Mountains, I have run through the
Wow.
Gosh, alright, I love how we haven't heard any instrumentation. Like, she's obviously standing in front of a piano like she was in the audition. We haven't heard any of that. This is just her vocals. Yes, we know that. Anyone could have said it's just a vocal, but it's just so stunning and beautiful. So she is, not only does she not have any backing supporting her, like just solely just her voice, and she's leading this, she has to make sure that she's staying in key. Any little dip or like pushing too much with the vocals and getting sharp, as soon as she starts playing the piano and she's not in the right key, we're going to hear that. I'm not saying that we're going to hear that, but I'm saying that's such a skill to have, to be able to sing an entire verse completely a cappella, completely on her own, and just to maintain that. Stunning. Let's just talk a little bit about how she's playing around with her voice already. There are elements of really clear vocals and clear vocal fold closure, and then there are elements of breath-like quality. A little bit of a darkening sob as well, but let's go through it and we'll break it down a little bit more. It's such a smooth onset.
Wow.
Just those two differences. You could have continued that quality, mountains, kept it really soft and breath-led, and not let the vocal folds close all the way, just to allow the breath to come through. But instead she's getting clear vocal fold closure, mountains, but then the mountains is quite dark. I think she's dropping. We can't really see her mouth right here. We're quite far away. Mountains, but I presume it's quite a dark shape, long. And there's also like a, I think the swell, helps with highest mountain. It's so dark. I have run through the I love the through. There's like a, not through, through. There's like a nice little setup. All the colors will bleed into one. She does a little step up again. And now, I love that run. But yes, I'm still running.
Ooh, wow.
You broke the bonds and you lose the carry the cross. And my shame. Like, this is all happening under the same chord. I love that. B flat here. Very chest dominant still in her chest voice, like belting this out. Lovely. A little bit of grit now coming in as well. What's really interesting is on the word chance. I was pausing myself because chance is where she's placing it. What was that? Lose a chance. Up to that D5, okay. As she goes up and softens up, and so from that B flat, as she goes up on the word chance and goes up to the D5, she's actually modifying the vowel to E. We don't say chance, but we've started with a and then it becomes like more of a instrument to us, and she wants to soften up. Chance would have been like maybe a bit too theatrical. Chance. She's like playing around with the different vowels. Good. That tongue. Look, Right, she gets a nice glottal onset on a C5 here. If we think it's so glottal, uh-oh is where the air's coming up to the vocal folds and stops there. The connection's here, and then we let it escape. Uh-oh, rather than smooth everything coming together, or breath-led where the breath kind of comes first. Here the muscles kind of coming together, and then allowing that where does she say the word? So if you think about it, uh-oh, down here, nice and easy to talk. When we're up there, go to sing this note on a glottal onset, so you can feel that kind of closure of the vocal folds. You can feel that your whole stomach is supported because it's right up there. We need to be hitting this this note. There it is. And it has to be right on it. So not only is she doing this glottally, but there's a lot kind of happening behind the scenes just to make sure that she's not losing that pitch and still maintaining a chest dominant connection. It's so good.
Carry the cross and my
But nothing's changing in her voice, her body to show this. And then,
you know I believe.
oh, that was such a delicate rundown. The agility on this gal, I love it. I mean, listen to that clarity in her voice as well up there. In order to get these big notes in the middle part of our voice, we need to make sure that we're developed up there, because that's how we're going to play around with the different mix balances. And yes, there is a 50-50% mix, but we can still belt in a mixed voice, because belt is a style, not a register. But here we've shot up into head voice, and I think the second time when she breaks, she brings it in a aspirate hey into there.
You know I believe.
Wow.
Flip.
Ooh,
I love this.
Found what I'm looking for.
Wow. Oh, what I love how you can hear in this part of the voice what which is G to F3 now, right at the bottom of the chest voice. For some singers, some female high voices can go lower. But you can hear how it is a little bit a breath-led. The vocal fold closure isn't as strong here, and that's just purely because of where her anatomy is lying. Right? She is a lot more comfortable and a lot more. What's the word? Her voice rings true a little bit higher for her. Down here, she is just relying a lot on that breath to get those notes. It still sounds wonderful, but you can feel it's kind of not as thick. What I keep repeating it because it's really. My lowest note when I was training, I couldn't go any lower than. Even that was like just really nice that these. It's just a nice little like go on, chin. But keep working on them. Just keep stretching your voice. It's really because the more she works on this and she sings and she exposes her voice to notes like this, the more comfortable they're gonna get. That's all it is.
What I'm looking for, but I
So pretty.
still haven't found what I'm looking for.
Like what I'm looking for. So that was almost an octave above. We just hit an F4 up there. Looking for. It's very much in a comfortable place for her. It felt like maybe it was a little bit pressed there on the vocals, but this is generally, I think this is live as well. This is generally where her vocal folds want to lie naturally. And then her top notes as well.
Wow.
But I
Ooh.
still for.
Wow, dicari chordnya guys.
But I
Still. I need to try myself. I'm so sorry. I think because she's not opening up to an ah vowel, she's kind of keeping it on this I there. There's a little bit of like a have I got this? That's an F5. You need to be blend, like it's not going to be pure chest. She's making it sound very, very chestful, and I think it's because she's getting a lot of. She is kind of reaching up there a little bit. I would have loved a little bit more of a drop of the jaw, if I'm going to be honest, and I will, because this is what this channel is for. But she's still maintaining it. You can see it just a little bit wants to waver a little fraction off of the note. That's why I would want it just to be dropped ever so slightly. You can see that it's a very chestful. She still sounds wonderful. I don't want to say that she's not, but that's what's making me think, how can we get that feeling a bit more comfortable for her?
But I
Wow.
Okay, she navigated that really, really well. There was a little wobble right in the middle. I think it's such a, she sat down, she's approaching all this very heavy. This is where I would want it just to be a little bit more narrower with, if we're thinking a little bit more rather than fa, as soon as we do that, we're going to bring this up because the space is squashed and we want to bring up the chest voice. Whereas if we think elongate it, we've got so much more balance to play with. We're just going to feel a little bit more supported. But yeah, it's always so impressive that when we start feeling a little wobble in our voice, everyone's human. This is one time that she's just going to go on and sing this, and we'll see what happens. As soon as we feel our voice waver, it's so hard to be like, how do I fix it? She did it really well. Because she comes down to her chest voice and she's back home. Nice.
what I'm looking
Wow.
Thank you was actually an E flat. Let's just quickly break things down. I love breaking people's speaking voices down because it's so easy. Thank you. Let's just notice how she just, right, she drops it. E flat. That's the same. That's what I was talking about. So you just need to find a similarity because it is an extension of her speaking voice. As you clearly heard here, she can do it. She just maybe just felt like it was a little bit, I don't know, something just must have, like I said, it's live, nerves, lots of things. But, sorry, what was that note? Lovely on this A vowel. This is where she beautifully belts these notes. C to a B flat. I think she's just wanting to approach those top notes the same way, and we have to be able to navigate them. We want it to still sound full, but in here, our vocal folds are naturally thinning out, so we can't do the same. We have to like mix things around, mix. But yeah, lovely open sound. What was that word? Was it? Oh, beautiful head voice moment as well there. There's a lovely ping up there as well. She's opening this 4 to a fa. Here she is widening that mouth a little bit because she's in a bit more of a comfortable place to be able to do that. Here, great. Go for it. That feels great. If we're going up there with the same widened feel, we just want to narrow it. That's why I'm talking about the two differences. I hope that does make sense. And also, she is a beautiful singer. Stunning singer. I love how, like I said, even after that little bit of a wobble, she then went and beautifully connected to her chest voice, flipped up to her head voice. Like all these things are still there. Like we all as singers have moments where our voice just doesn't do what we want it to do, and we're like, I'm the worst singer in the world, and actually it's just not. We're just human. Big sound. Love that vibrato. Thank you. So good. Obviously talked a lot about how I found that song and Putri's voice there. I think let's just talk about the whole performance as a whole. I think what was really lovely is just the fact she sings and it's just at the piano, and actually the piano was so stripped back, and also the vocals, she very much made it her own, right? It's like it's her own song. She very much makes her songs. Well, the very first song that we heard was her original song, which showcased her voice beautifully. This was so moving because it was so simple, chord-wise, piano-wise, what she's playing. Like, it's insane. Like, she's playing everything and singing at the same time. It's a lot going on. Thank you very much for watching this reaction and analysis video. If you did enjoy it, please go ahead and click that subscribe button, the bell button, and the thumbs up button. And remember, 22nd of September, this Friday, Voice of My Own comes out. I'm very excited, but I will see you very soon for another.
Wow, amazing guys. Terima kasih buat guru vokal ini, dan ya, kita ketahui dia juga sangat-sangat banyak mengibaratkan tentang suara Putri Ariani saat bernyanyi di Agate kemarin, dan ya, dia memang melihat benar-benar keren sekali penampilan Putri Ariani di panggung tersebut. Dan ya, dia sampai nggak habis pikir juga bahwa teknik-teknik yang sulit sekali itu digunakan Putri Ariani di situ. Dan amazing, Putri berhasil menggunakan teknik-teknik terbaik vokal. Wow, amazing, keren sekali guys. Intinya kita dukung, kita support terus untuk memajukan Putri Ariani lebih jauh lagi. Ya, alhamdulillahnya lolos lagi guys, yang kita akan mengamati terus perkembangannya. Dan ya, kita tahu juga teknik yang sangat-sangat spektakuler yang dibawakan Putri Ariani di kualifikasi AGT kemarin itu berhasil membuat jutaan orang atau bahkan banyak orang dari luar negeri sangat-sangat terkesan dan vote Putri Ariani. Dan banyak juga loh orang-orang di Amerika yang memvote dan mendukung Putri Ariani. Terima kasih. Oke guys, dan apa tanggapan kalian? Kalau kalian punya tanggapan lain, tulis saja di kolom komentar. Kita juga bisa berdiskusi di situ. Dan sekian video kali ini. Dan jika ada kesalahan kata dari saya mohon maaf. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.